live in the Southern Maryland studio in Southern Maryland. This is DJ Wolf Live. Thought provoking, meaning honest conversations. Coming straight forward, with no chasers. Here's your host, the one and only DJ Wolf. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm back in full effect up in this Mickey piece. What's going on? It's your boy, the one and only DJ Wolf. I'm on live right now. If you want to chat, I'm online right now under DJ Wolf on Spreaker. My phone number is finally officially set up. It's 240-685-1441 if you'd like to talk to me right now. I'm on live. Yes, this is DJ Wolf, the one and only. I'm back on live. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Spreaker. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on iHeartRadio. Did I miss anything? Spreaker, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Okay. I would try to pull up Ustream, but I'm not going to even bother tonight. I got a little bit of a late start, so I apologize for that. Again, my name is DJ Wolf. I'm glad to be back on the radio. I hadn't been on, I had done a live show, at least not on primetime Friday night in a while. It's been a long time. So, I wanted to go ahead and talk about my day. So far, my day was good. And I was thinking over this week how I felt about what's going on. It was a story, and I mentioned it before. But for all you guys that have never really heard my radio show on SoundCloud, yes, this is DJ Wolf. I'm the one to do the music. I got some music on SoundCloud right now. Check it out. I'm actually hoping to pull some of that back over here so some of my audience over here on Spreaker and YouTube can hear that music as well. I'm also, like I said, I was getting ready to talk about a news report that I saw that was very disturbing to me. It happened out here in the DMV. And they said it was a rash recent robberies at near a playground. And a woman had brought her kids over to the playground to play. And they weren't even over 5 minutes. She said, but because the vagrants started hanging around there, and she said, I can't stick around here. It was really heartbreaking. And I was concerned about the future of our kids coming up, as well as the millennials. They got a lot. There's a lot of advantages that they have today, but there's a lot of disadvantages because, even though right now they're African American students now, are graduating at record levels, and both in high school and college. And they're still being disadvantaged because people are still using their blackness against them, even though many of them now are getting the education that they need, and being denied the opportunities that whites aren't. That's also pretty sad to me too. It's just a lot of stuff just going on now. It's just getting under my skin. I'm personally, it really is. It really is. It's really sad. And it's just heartbreaking. Now I'm looking at a story, and I heard about this earlier. I posted it on my Facebook page. I'm gonna have to work on that too later on. There's a church in North Carolina. If you don't already know, there's a church in North Carolina that's endorsing Donald Trump. The entire black church. This is on Published Reports. There was an exclusive interview as well. And I'm like, really? So I'm going to read this to you. This through, it was posted on blackamericaweb.com. A story that says, every last member of a black church in North Carolina. Hold on for a second because I got to get my water on, Like I said again, if you want to talk and discuss anything that's on your mind tonight, this is what I used to do this on Blog Talk Radio as well. My old show was called For All to Hear with DJ Wolf. I just officially canceled. I was going to try. I brought it back for 2 more shows. And I tried to do something on it last night, and it was a bit much. I said, it's just too much of a pro. See, the difference between what I'm doing here on Spreaker and what I did on Blog Talk Radio, and I like Blog Talk Radio, and I'll give them props because a lot of fellow YouTubers, some who I've actually talked to, and a couple of them who I actually met, actually are on Blog Talk Radio. But for some reason I don't have I just don't. It just, to me, I just don't like. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but I like this a lot better. It gives a more professional sound to it. And it's in stereo, in stereo. Guys, like I said, I'm going to read the story in a second, but if you want to discuss this or any other topics with me, this is what I call Free Fall Friday. And of course, this is I forgot the topic. Something to do about Friday night. Well, anyway, whatever you want to talk about, give me a holler. 240-685-1441. Love to hear from you. I'm going to give me some word in 1 second, and then I'm going to go ahead and start the story here. Somebody was saying this too. One thing I could say, excuse me, water is the equalizer when it comes to cleansing you. It really is. It's the ultimate cleanser. Man, it was good water. I was saying, I talked about this, I may have talked about this last week. A few weeks ago, I was on vacation in Virginia Beach. I posted a couple of videos on that. I really enjoyed that vacation. I was only there for about 3.5 days. It was like, what was it, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. It was 3 nights and 4 days. I wish I could have stayed down there a little bit longer. Because we would just go, my wife and I would just go like for an entire week. And I love that. Because that entire week would just get you right in the mood. And I originally wanted to go like that Saturday. Because that what gave me from Saturday to Sunday. The ultimate perfect vacation. But I'm going to be honest with you. For some reason, this vacation, as relaxing as it was, I think by after the third day, I was done. It was in a very nice, quiet hotel. Wasn't no mess going on, because I know we've had places we stayed at where it was just loud and like, oh my God, really? Why the hell we stay here? So, it's just for some reason I was ready to come back after the third day. I really was, but it was relaxing. I mean, after the first 2 days, I was just so hot and I was just tired. I'm sluggish, and I was eating that good seafood they had down there. The seafood down there was incredible. Oh my God, it was good. But anyway, let me get off of that for right now. Let me get to the story. I just wanted to bring that up. You know, if you guys are still going on vacation, I just happen to recommend Virginia Beach especially if you're in the DMV. Virginia Beach, of course, for you guys in the area, roughly about 3.5 hours. Now, not far from me is Chesapeake Beach, and I've been there. It's very nice too. Actually, we were supposed to be staying there one night. We decided not to. We stayed down at the National Harbor, which is 20 minutes from me. And National Harbor right now is actually getting the casino, which is the MGM casino, which should be up by next year. That's going to be a big deal next year. I can't wait to see it. And then they got a shopping center right next to that, and then down there's the main hub where all the big fancy stores are, and they got about several hotels down there. It's really nice. It's a really nice area down there. I like to walk down there. I actually started to go down there today to shoot a video, and I said nah. I had to do a little running around because I got to do some cleaning tomorrow and stuff like that. So maybe after I do my cleaning, I'll run down there a little later. I don't know, but maybe by next week I'll probably shoot a video down there because that's something I want to start doing. I want to start doing some more I want to start doing inspirational videos because I think this is the time to do it. If there was ever time to start inspirational, motivational speeches and stuff like that, I think there's something I would like to eventually start doing. Honestly. All right. More on that later. Let me get to the story. The story is from blackamericaweb.com through the Europe web sub. It's called, this is the weird part. It's like the entire black church in North Carolina is endorsing Donald Trump. I'm not sure for the life of me why, but the story is every last member of their church are pushing the support behind Republican nominee Donald Trump. They think that his initiatives, they think the initiatives of Hillary Clinton are reckless. I don't know. Like I said, honestly, I think between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I think Hillary Clinton is more of a nurturer. You know, there's things about Hillary Clinton that I've kind of always liked that I never liked about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a fucking asshole. I'm going to just be honest, simply put. You know, you got black people try to pander to Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't shit. Donald Trump is the guy who has a long history of unsuccessful businesses. That's from casinos on down. You know, he's been bankrupt several times. He don't run shit. I mean, you know, really, he really is a guy who he doesn't run anything. He doles out responsibilities, but he don't run anything. He don't run a damn thing, really. The only thing he does do is run stuff to the ground, and that's a known fact. Look it up. Google it, is what they say. You know, I can't believe a black church, with all the history that's been going on in our country of racism, and the one person you want to back up is one of the most racist guys in the history of in recent memory. In recent memory, he is one of the most controversial presidential nominees ever, and you want to back him up? And somebody is saying, okay, there's one member. Oh my God. what they're saying right now is, remember, the daughter of the church founder says that their support of Trump may go against traditional political learnings in the black community, but they feel what they're doing is what's best for their community. Like what? Really? I'm going to put it like this. I'm not necessarily in the Republican camp, for a lot of reasons. Donald Trump is the main reason why. But I'm also not in the Democratic camp as well, because what's up a little bit. The reason why I say that, because Democrats, for real, they don't fight like Republicans do for their own people. Even when they're wrong, Republicans fight for their people. Democrats don't give a shit. They really don't. You know? And even Black Lives Matter, a group that I don't actually agree with on certain things. The name, for one, is one of the reasons why. And I'm going to tell you a story about that. Black Lives Matter, about 2 years ago, they were on my personal Facebook page, and I actually offered them, members of Black Lives Matter, because we almost got into an argument about something to do about the name and stuff. Some I forget, I can't remember what that was, but I do remember I talked to them, and I offered them an opportunity to go on my show. They were chapter members of my hometown Cleveland Black Lives Matter movement. And they said, well, okay, we'll let you know. It's been 2 years. I have not heard from them guys. Nothing. Not a peep. More on my feelings about Black Lives Matter movement later. Because I there's things about them I just don't, it doesn't rub with me well. And it's not because I'm going against the grain because they're black. I'm going against the grain because some disagreements I have with them as an organization itself. But I want to get to that a little later. All right. And I'm going to also talk about how people in black community, when you have an opinion, people don't expect you to have an opinion. They expect you to go with whatever is the narrative that they feel is the narrative, instead of if you go against something that they don't like and they call you out your name. They disrespect you. So, all right. Well, let me continue on this article here. The article also said that she knows that the daughter of the church founder, his name is Thomas Rogers Sr. The church is backing up Donald Trump. She says that she knows the movement isn't popular, and the church has already been ridiculed for its stance. Why am I not surprised by that? You know that not a lot of people are not going to agree with you on this. I'm definitely not going to agree with you on it, but for a lot of reasons. If you watch Donald Trump and his movements, his gestures, if you listen to a lot of the bullshit that he says, for real talk, he don't give a shit about you. He don't give a shit about anybody of color. He really don't. Listen to him. He's bashed Mexicans. He's downplayed African Americans. He talks about Muslims. Seriously? You really think you back him up, wasting your time backing him up, he's going to give a shit about you too? Fuck no. You know? I really don't get that. I really don't. And then she goes on to say, quote, "This is what we feel in our hearts that is right for us to do, so we're moving forward on that." You don't even specifically say why. You know? Oh my God. It is, you know. I want to watch that interview. Matter of fact, I got it on here. I just cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. For the life of me, I have no idea about that. It just makes no sense to me. And you know, people gonna go in on them about that. I'm trying to figure out who the hell would think that. The narrative, boy, I tell you. There was another article that I wanted to talk about too. There was a report, and I wish I didn't print it out, but I got a copy of it right here. There was another report that just came a couple of days ago. Said the average black family, get this, will take an average black family 228 years to catch up to white wealth. And this is also another story. It says currently, if the federal wealth building policies remain in place, it will take an average African American family 228 years to get the same amount of wealth that white families have today, and it will take Latinos families 84 years to reach that goal. And this is according to a new report from the CFED, which is the Corporation for Enterprise Development and the Institute for Policy Studies. All right. What? They're saying, according to one part, the report finds that by 2043, when households of color are projected to account for more than half the U.S. population, the radical or racial wealth divide between white households and African American and Latino households will have doubled from about 500,000 in 2013 to 1 million. And they were saying also that if the trends continue unabated, the entire economy will suffer. So by this time, people of color become the majority. By the time the people of color become the majority, the racial wealth divide will not just be a racial and social justice issue impacting a particular group of people. It will be the single greatest economic issue facing our country, which is kind of like that now, you know. And the gap is already widening. They're going to widen even more, you know. I don't know if I want to read through all this or not. But if you think about it, part of that itself is true, because when you have a high number, and I'm going to try to look for that article. There is an article about that too, by the way. When you have a high number of graduate students that are black, college graduates, graduate undergraduates in college and high school, graduating in record numbers, and then trying to look for a job, and these tuition rates are the tuition rates are going up and up every year. Those college people, or those college students who graduate, they end up having a hard time trying to find jobs. And therefore, after a while, if they don't find those kind of jobs, they eventually put them in the doghouse. You know, because tuition rates are ridiculously high. I mean, ridiculously high. You know. And I should know because I'm helping my son pay for his right now. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's not cheap. The tuition alone is high. Here's the even scary part. The tuition itself doesn't cover room and board, and it doesn't cover your meals. or your clothes, or your transportation, or your books. The tuition just covers the payment to get you into the school. In other words, you basically paying to be able to be accepted into the school based on your funding. That's it. Everything else is extra that you got to pay for. You know, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. But I'm trying to find this article here. Okay, I found this one about the number of black graduates. I'm trying to get a story. Okay, now why does this say low? I'm reading high, but it's still saying low. I don't know. That's not the way I got it, but let's see here. It says it remains low. That's not what I've been hearing. Let's see. We'll see what the National Education thing says. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I can't read that. Well, I know it's high. There's been a report saying that it's been high over the years. I know that. But yeah, there was another story too. I heard there was a car that hit a protester at the Mike Brown's anniversary rally, and then shots fired out. They were saying that the shots were fired. I guess it says gunshots rang out after a car struck a protester during the demonstration on the second anniversary of Mike Brown's death, disrupting what had been a peaceful gathering. And see, that makes it's just really, people don't even have respect. You know, you can't even respect the people who's paying respects for the dead. Here's my thing about all of that mess that's been going on. Because I'm going to talk about the girl again. I talked about her 4 or 5 times about Corrine Gaines. It just seems like no one cares, man. People trying to grovel to get white people to care. White people don't care. They really don't. You know? I don't even hear white people anywhere really talking about it. Not any white people I run up to. They don't talk about it. They never bring it up. You know, I don't know if they're scared to talk about it or they just feel like, yeah, I don't want to look racist talking to you about what happened. No, not at all. We need to talk. We need to have open dialogue about racism. People in this country are still scared to talk about it. And not only scared to talk about it, they're scared to do anything about it. They're scared to really put laws into place where people who shoot people of color or anybody else get locked up for doing it. People scared to defend the fight. I mean, people. When I'm going to say five, I'm talking about people in the and I will say it, local, state, and federal are scared to enforce the laws that applies to everybody. Let's keep it real. They're not doing a good job of that. Because you know what? I guess as long as you black, they could care less about that. Because they're not doing a damn thing. But then they don't want people like me to be talking about it. That's another thing I heard. I was listening to another YouTuber recently, and I think they're right too. They're saying now that a lot of social media is being monitored, and getting to that Corrine Gaines thing. There was a story about that when the day that she got shot by the police and eventually died. Corrine Gaines actually was on Facebook, and she had posted her the video when she was shot. And they said there was an ongoing negotiation between her and the police that went on for hours. And according to what the Baltimore police said, and I don't know that if it's true or not, they were saying that people were telling her on Facebook not to back down. And so they contacted Facebook and got Facebook to take her fake Facebook page off or shut it down, the account, because they were feeling that people who were talking to her on Facebook would encourage her to stay into the fight, and the cops thought that was a distraction. But I don't think it's just cops that's monitoring Facebook. There are all different agencies and stuff that I'm pretty sure is monitoring Facebook. Or at least I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. You know. But YouTuber was just talking about that the other night. I was listening to him. And, I think he's right. Social media has got to a point where it's been able to help change things. It's been able to get people out there and protest and march and speak out about what's going on, both in the public and in social media. And I think certain entities are afraid of that. They're afraid to change the good thing that comes through. They don't want to have change. What they need to get ready for is the new millennia. People are tired of the same old. Eventually something's got to change. That's like you being stuck in the house and it snows, because it happened. That's happened. For 6-7 days, you get that freaking cabin fever. You're like, I could get the fuck out of here. You're looking to change. You don't want to be complacent, stuck in the same rut all the damn time. And this is no different. It's the same process. It's the same process. You don't want to be stuck in the same old no more. That's what this is all about. So, I don't know if any of you guys try to call me on Spreaker. Like I said, by the way, I am in the chat on Spreaker. If you're a Spreaker fan, if you're a fan of me and you know who I am, But in any case, just wondering about that, man. Just wondering. Okay. There was another story. There were two other stories that bothered me too, and it was this guy. That's a damn shame too. There was this guy who. Well, let me just read you right quick. Well, the story about these twins that were left was supposed in a hot car that died. This guy left them and his kids in the hot car, babies. So, in any case, I'm reading the Tyler Perry had covered the funeral expenses of the twins who had died in the hot car. Okay. The report was the children's had died in a hot car because father left them there. Okay, these are baby girls. Okay, man, that's, oh my God, who does it? I'm sorry, and this is my thing. You have to be a total motherfucking savage, and yes, I say it because I know black people don't like to hear that. You're a motherfucking savage to even think about doing that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Well, according to the story, I guess the mother wasn't with him at the time, but the father was. I'm trying to get some information on that. And it just don't make any sense, man. How you call yourself a man doing some shit like that? Babies. And I did it was another story about a guy who took his baby from the mother. He snatched the baby from the mother and walked into this man-made lake. Took himself into the lake with the baby and walked the baby into the water and held the baby down to the water until the baby died. This about, I think I reported this about 2 weeks ago. That was heartbreaking, man. That was really heartbreaking. And then Corinne Gaines with her son, her 5-year-old boy, who got shot in that situation. I'm not even sure if the boy was shot by her or the cops. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny it. But anyway, and I looked at it, because I was actually going to post that video. That video was the video that was actually on Facebook, but it's 2 videos, because the other one I think was too, and that's the one I actually is on my YouTube channel. If you hadn't seen it already, it's on there, still there. That's the one where she got arrested, but I'll get that in a second. But I looked at her son's face, and I looked at him when the car blew up when he was in the car and at the apartment the day he got shot. And I was going to post that video, and then I just got a guilty conscience. Although I wanted to post a video to show you her stupidity, I just didn't want to show the vulnerability of that young child, because that was so sad. And I saw his face, and I looked on his face, and I said, man, he was just a handsome little fella, and he was just all about love, man. And I was like, who the fuck does that? Who the fuck leaves a 5-year-old kid staring at the face of death between you and the cops? Seriously? And people trying to paint this bitch a martyr? I'm sorry. I don't mean to call out a name, man, because, I'm just mad. I only said that because a woman would never put her children in harm's way over some stupidity. No way. I just, that's how upset I am about that. I'm very upset about that. And like I said, her family had to know at some point she was messed up. Y'all talking about, the cops could have just, they know she was kind of crazy, but fuck that. Y'all knew that too. Did you not? And if you did, how come y'all didn't do a damn thing about it? You waiting on the damn cops to do something about that shit, yet as soon as the cops shot for acting stupid, then all of a sudden you want somebody to do something about it. I'm tired of motherfucking niggas making stupid ass excuses and shit every time they get in trouble for doing dumb shit. And then the first damn thing you talking about, cops didn't have to do that. Well, you didn't have to sell your fucking ass no goddamn well she had problems and you didn't help her. What kind of bullshit is that? Tired of whole tip ass niggas. I'm sick of this shit. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Yes, I said that's why I'm fool with a lot of them. And y'all the same motherfuckers about, oh man, you think you brand new. You thought you don't know where you came from. You forgot all about it. I've been told that too, by the way. And I told them, it ain't about I forgot where I came from. It's just that you didn't think about me when I was there. So I had to move on for other opportunities. Because opportunities, when I say, I was in Cleveland. I lived in Cleveland 21 years. And I'm going to be honest with you. Adjust this mic here. Why am I adjusting that? But to be honest with you, the opportunities for me in Cleveland just was not there. It just was not there. I loved the city. I really did. I knew a lot of people in Cleveland. I know a lot of people in Cleveland. I said, actually, I'm from there. I grew up there. My family's still there, except with the exception of my sister who lives, lives in, down south. But it's part of the reason I left, because I could see it. It was on the decline in terms of jobs wise. Good jobs for black folks down up there. My side of town, the majority of the east side, the entire east side, depended on the factory jobs. What happened after the 70s? The factory jobs got moved overseas. Therefore, once they got moved overseas, people started losing jobs. People didn't keep up with job skills, number one. Number two, they didn't rebuild jobs over there. The factories are empty to this day. Many of them are. And therefore, the economy can sustain what it used to sustain before they left. It's heartbreaking. The neighborhoods that used to have the mom and pop operations when I lived there for years, they're gone. They're gone. There ain't a mom and pop store over there for miles over there where I grew up at. Matter of fact, there's not a gas station over there in that immediate area. And the ones that are available are just full of niggas just hanging out on the side. But yet you ain't supposed to talk about that, because if you talk about that, you're a fucking coon. But fuck off if you think that, because I'm tired of this shit. Niggas can go ahead and talk all that bullshit they want to, but as soon as you talk about something opposite of that, then that's a problem. That's a problem with certain black people. It's funny that you see what's going on, and yet they see what's going on. But if you tell them what you actually see what's going on, they don't want to bring attention to it. I've had family members do the same thing. We both looking at the same damn thing, and yet you don't want to see what's really going on, do you? I think us as people, we need to come to not only come to Jesus moment, but you need to, how can I put it? You need to be honest with your situation. At some point, you have to be honest about what's going on in your world and keep it honest within yourself. You need to stop bullshitting. Stop pretending like, oh man, it's all right. No, it ain't all right. It's not all right when you got hundreds of thousands of people in your neighborhoods, around your neighborhoods in these big cities. Even down in the D.C. area, man. I mean, down here, I've been to Washington, D.C., where neighborhoods I've been to when I was now working as I used to do copiers. I used to work on copiers and stuff years ago. And those neighborhoods, they got, even down there by, I'm trying to think of, not Freedom Plaza, this one, maybe one of them anyway. It's a main park that's down in D.C., I think before 14th Street intersection. And it's just, the park is full of vagrants down there. For real. And you got regular people down there, but you got vagrants down there just hanging out. And I'm just thinking, some of y'all vagrants who just hanging out, y'all could be getting jobs right down the street from here. And y'all just sitting there hanging out. I think some of the stuff that we do to us, we bring it on ourselves. I'm going to keep it honest about that. One thing about me, and I ain't say, look, I came from humble beginnings myself. I didn't come from no silver spoon. I had to tell somebody that one time. Somebody was telling me tomorrow, oh, y'all got a house. Nigga, I got a house, but that house wasn't given to me. Let me tell you that. I had to work for that. And I don't live in no wealthy neighborhood. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. It's decent, but it ain't no wealthy neighborhood. I can tell you that right up front. But when you get married and both of you, the husband, the man and woman, are both go getters, you know, and you don't have to be rich to be a go getter, because we're not, neither one of us. But it's the fact that you wanted more out of life than some other people. Other people just settle for less. That's all. Trust me, I know people like that all day long. I ain't one of them people. I never was. I couldn't settle for second best. I had to be able to have go out there and seek the opportunities that other people were able to get. Why not? This is called life. And life is what you make it. You can't sit there and wait on it. You can't just sit there and pray on it. You can't sit there and wish for it. Or hope for it. You have to work for it. That's all there is to it. I'm tired of niggas making excuses about shit. You know, I can't believe Bam tomorrow. Well, y'all got help. You know, he had to go back to process, and we were there on time to go pick him up to go for a funeral. And he was just making excuses. I'm like, oh my God, really? And knowing that we had more than enough time, we gave him 30 minutes. He wasn't married and had no kids. You had no excuse. You know, and he was still late. I couldn't believe it. Well, y'all got a house. The fuck me having a house got to do with your sorry ass being late. You know? Too busy feeling sorry for his damn self. And making excuses about it. That's what really tripped me out about black folks sometimes, man, for real. And I'm going to say again, I said sometimes I ain't saying that it's always the case all of the time. But sometimes I look at certain situations from my point of view, and I'm like, you know what? I think some of y'all just put yourself in that predicament. There's no question about that. I've always said it, and I meant what I said. There's a lot of times we put ourselves in harm's way for bullshit and don't bother to try to resolve it. We're just hoping and praying that some magical white man or magical lottery ticket or something magical come down the pike and give you luck. That's not how life always works. You know? Not how it always works. As for Black Lives Matter, yes, I'm going to bring it up. As for Black Lives Matter, here's my thing on that. I still don't like the narrative. The narrative is Black Lives Matter, and as a matter of fact, let me go to Wikipedia because this is what I got to go to on here. Let's see, to get the actual meaning of what Black Lives Matter is about, and I'm going to read it to you based on Wikipedia, what they actually said. And this is what I need to call out, you know. Because I kind of feel like, you know, although I think they have good intentions, I really personally do. I think they have. I think they have good intentions for what they do. I honestly do. But I forgot to change that password. I hope that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. But I just kind of feel like there's just excuses after excuses, man, that we make all the time. Let's see. Here we go. Black Lives Matter. All right. Now, this is Wikipedia. This is not me. All right. I'm going to also try to go to the website, too, when I finish reading this. Black Lives Matter, according to Wikipedia, is an international activist movement originating in the African American community that campaigns against violence and systematic racism towards black people. Okay. Now, it does say this, and this is their narrative. BLM, which is what I've been calling for the last 2 years. BLM regularly organizes protests around the deaths of black people in killings by law enforcement officers and broader issue of racial profiling, police brutality, and racial inequality in the United States criminal justice system. All right. Now, my thing over there is this. For me personally, and I'm reading it because according to what I'm reading, they actually primarily tackle issues of blacks being murdered by whites in this case. And for what I'm reading, there's nothing about fighting against other people in our communities who attack us at record numbers as well. Okay, I don't see nothing about that at all. You know, that truly amazes me as well. You know, and the reason why I say it, because I just got finished watching a video of this black man in Detroit who walked upon a guy at a gas station and shot him 3 times over a gold chain. Yeah. How about talking about that too? How about talking about, you know what? We need to stop killing each other. You know? And I know people talk about, well, what about black on black crime? What about it? Yeah, what about it? We need to talk about it. Where's BLM, who says their organization is Black Lives Matter? We'll talk about that too. You know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know? And let's see. There's somebody that said that they questioned the number of black people killed by the police. Said the notion that black American cops simply are gunning down innocent black people is one of today's biggest and deadliest lies. Well, not necessarily. It's not necessarily a lie. I will say that. It's not necessarily a lie. And that's one of the critics of Black Lives Matter. I'm a critic of them too, but that's not necessarily a lie. Black Lives Matter legitimately does have a reason to criticize that, but I was saying to them, there's just as wide of a problem among black people killing black people too, and that also has to be addressed, regardless of what you say. It also has to be addressed because they're both doing damage to our communities, and that's why you should definitely talk about it. And that's why some people say all lives matter. Because all lives do matter. And then they'll say, well, all lives matter. We know that, but, you know, blacks are disproportionately killed off. Yet, you don't mention that blacks are killing other blacks disproportionately as well. You need to talk about it. I mean, that's the elephant in the room. You know? So I don't know. The only thing I can do is pray on it, man. And I know I'm just, maybe I'm using an excuse, but I'm not. I'm really not. You know, when you don't have power, that people try to pretend like you got, what else you gonna do? You know, I don't have that kind of power to change things, but if I did, I would. Jesus. I don't know where was running all his ass. Good Lord of mercy. Kylie Jenner, I know she's legal now, right? So I think it's okay to look at her booty. network connection found. Oh, ran up on it. Damn, look at that ass. Oh my god. That girl got an incredible ass. And Turks and Caicos, her and I guess that's Tega or whatever his name is. That girl got a nice puffy ass. Good lord. Let me stop. Let me stop right now. I rebuke. Stop it. Okay. Yeah. This is a story on TMZ. Said Antonio Cromartie's mother said that he's evicting her from the house that he bought her. Oh my God! Really? Here's a story that's rich for you. It said a rep for Antonio Cromartie tells TMZ Sports, quote, his mother has been paying the mortgage on the house since 2011. That's the deal they have in place. And it says it wasn't until June that she refused to make any payments. That's just his mother. I thought it was baby mama. Let me read this right quick. This is weird. Rep says Antonio's children are his priority financially, and he adamantly believes his mother and her husband have the funds to support themselves. Now, here's my question. You're an NFL player. You at least couldn't pay for the house that your mother lives in instead of getting a fucking loan? Why don't you just buy the house? I thought that was kind of odd. Okay, it says the mother of NFL star Antonio Cromartie claims that her son is trying to evict her from the Florida home he bought her back in 2007. And it's all over money. According to the website says they spoke with his little sister, who says the mother was served with an eviction notice on Thursday, and the family's pissed. I would be too. Sister says that he bought the house and paid for everything for years. Okay, so she's saying that he did buy the house. So he didn't actually buy the house per se. He was just paying mortgage. He was paying mortgage on it. He didn't pay the house off. He didn't just buy it outright. Says Cromartie bought the house and paid for everything for years, but the gravy train stopped just in February when he was asking his mom to pay $700 per month mortgage bill. Now, according to this, they also said that his mother had refused, insisting that Cromartie, who made millions, which he did over his career, should pay since the house was supposed to be a gift. Apparently, it wasn't. They both sides dug in. Says, okay, his mom needed to be out by August 15th. That's a couple of days from now, unless she forks over a check for $2,300 in back payment. Jesus Christ, that's your mom, dude. Let me finish reading that. I'm gonna got something to say about that. Gardner says this, which is, I guess, his sister, LaQuinta Gardner. Anyway, Gardner says that she set up a GoFundMe page to ask damn shame to raise money for her mother. And I'm trying to think, what are you doing here? We reached out to Cromartie for comment. So far, no word back. By the way, now check this shit out. Cromartie is currently unemployed. And guess what? This map tapper has 12. That's right, 12 kids. And this is a quote from TMZ. And that ain't cheap. Yeah, I bet. So first of all, he's not financially set. Irresponsible. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of us are. He's definitely one of them. Irresponsible. He didn't bother. But first of all, if he was smart, he would have bought the house outright. That way he would never have to pay for it. It had been paid for, and they do is pay taxes. That was it. No, wouldn't do that. At least I would have made her be responsible for paying taxes. Buy the house outright for his mom. put it in her name. And that way, she was responsible for taking care of the house. And you shouldn't have to pay nothing else after that. That's it. I'd be done. That would have been my move. I would have paid. I'd have bought the house outright, made sure the house was just bought out, get the deed, get the actual deed, and make sure it was in her name. And then she'd be responsible for just paying taxes. If she loses the house after that, it's on her ass. Real talk. Because you wouldn't have to pay for anything else. The house is paid for. Apparently it wasn't. So it's kind of on him. You know, I would say more him than her at this point. Number 2, nigga, you got 12 kids. Jesus. I don't need to say more on that. Not really. And wow, that's crazy. We're gonna show you, man. The dude didn't make sure that he was financially secure. He didn't make sure his family was either. There you have it. So that's crazy. That is totally crazy. Oh my God. I'm back to looking at these pictures again. Some of this girl grabbing her ass. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Let me stop. Oh my goodness. She just took that thing out there too. Alright, let me stop with that. I rebuke! Stop it. Don't make any sense. But I don't know. Well, guys, I'm getting a little tired. I've been up all day. Don't have much else right now, but I just wanted to get that off my chest because I appreciate you listening. Even though you guys didn't call, that's all right. Excuse me. But I'll make sure I'll be gentle, like I'm trying to be right now, really. But you know. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate you guys listening. Even though you didn't call and you didn't send me a chat, this is for the Spreaker folks, not YouTube, but for the Spreaker folks. I'm like, what's going on? All right, guys. Well, it's DJ Wolf. I wanted to let you know right away. What is it? The record place? I forgot the name of people who wrote the company. Did I just put my music on? Wait a minute here. I'm just trying. What the heck? Really? Ain't trying to connect to nothing. Hold on, guys. I forgot to check this thing out. Wait a minute. Okay, I guess I can't connect to it because I'm already on there. Maybe this will push it out. Nope. Well, anyway. Oh, I forgot about that. Bookmarks. Well, anyway. The music that I'm playing for you right now, and I appreciate them allowing me to license it, is Epidemic. It's Epidemic Records, I think. I don't remember, but I'll get that information out and I'll try to post it on my YouTube channel so you know where it's coming from. But yes, I do have license for it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Enjoy. Let me know what you think about tonight's show. I'm at For All to Hear. And Again, for all to hear at gmail.com, for all to hear at outlook.com. I can also be reached on Twitter at for all to hear, and the YouTube channel that you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments box. That's tonight's episode at for all to hear TV. All right, guys. I'm done for the night. I'm gonna go ahead, get my rest. I got a lot of catching up to do this weekend, so I enjoy listening to you guys. Thanks again. Talk to you later. I'm out.